How's that sounding?
Yeah, so look at that, it's dulcet.
Yep.
Yeah,
That
sounds
sounded
good.
to me.
Right. Cheers, sir.
Cheers.
Thank you very much for coming.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
A pleasure.
That'll be boiling when you leave.
Sorry, you just have that and then cool yourself with the ice.
Exactly.
So, as I was saying, we had it downstairs originally through this big-ass table.
Yeah.
So I had it across that, and then when we first moved here, I moved here with, so it was Mum, Amy, Lou and I.
Yeah.
And then Mum's moved to Red Hill with her boyfriend, so now Dad's moved here.
Oh,
So like
I see.
one parent in, one parent out.
Oh,
No, it's cool. But because we've got different furniture and stuff, we had to get rid of the big table. So I then
okay.
brought it all up here and thought, yeah, books is quite a cool backdrop. Let's do it.
Yeah, if people aren't interested in what we're talking about, they could just look at what books you've got.
Yeah, they can just read through it. So I'll just be talking to them where they're like, yeah, that's interesting.
So now we've got to make sure we're not boring.
That's fine.
I'm sure we'll manage.
Yeah, it'll be all right. How you been anyway, mate? You all right?
I'm not too bad. Yeah, just not too bad.
Good. Well, thank you very much for coming. I know it's I'd like to think that I'm probably the first human you've seen outside your house for a while.
I guess I've been.
You're like, well.
No, I've been. So I've been back to like frisbee trainings,
Mm.
ultimate frisbee trainings. I've
Nice.
started up again. So like yesterday, I was with like 30 people.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So that was good fun. Nice to like be able to stretch my legs and stuff again.
Hell yeah.
Get back into the exercise because Lord knows I've been slacking these past few months.
I think haven't we all?
Oof. But yeah, no, it's nice to be here. Nice to interact with another human.
I know. And what wouldn't make an interaction correct without having headphones and the camera on it? You know?
Exactly. Yeah, being all recorded, obviously.
Why not? Just give it a go. Just a good laugh.
Got to be done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is interesting. The podcast. I've not been on one before. What got you into it? Just like.
I think I did it. I listened to various ones for years, and then it happened. I think it's probably about June last year. I went, you know what? I'm not really like talking or seeing as many people as I need to. So I thought, you know what? If we can't all come together as a group, I'll record some conversation I'm having with people I can see, and then I can post them online. And then if people who can't be there with it, at least they can listen to it and feel like they're part of it. You know.
That's cool, man. That's a really good way of like getting people together, sort of technically.
Yeah, well, there was a few people, like there's a few acquaintances of ours that I was talking to, and they were just like having a real hard time about it, and I was just like, because because of like rules and like they had like family members who were quite ill, so they couldn't really risk it. So I thought, you know what, let's try and do something to still get people listening to each other. You know?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's weirdly way more fun than I thought it would be. As in, like, I didn't realise how fun it would be.
Yeah, it's very wholesome and positive vibes.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, I know. And then I get people like you on.
That's it.
Sorry, got to throw in a few jabs, you know.
Yeah, gotta be done. I'll finish my tea, then storm out.
Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely, you can't let it go to waste.
Absolutely.
Well, partly because I won't drink it, but you know.
Yeah, just go straight down the sink, won't it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a shame.
And then I make you cry.
I will cry in my car.
So what are you doing for work wise at the minute?
So same thing we're doing for nearly like a few years now. I do marketing for an events company.
Oh shit! Okay, tell me more. Go on.
So like we used to organise like events in person. It'd be like a conference. So we get people to like experts on a like topic. So for example, they're all like policy based. So like upcoming government policy. And they would like talk about it, and people would pay to attend, and they can like, ask Q&A and stuff. So we just had to move that all online now. Okay. So that's been fun. The first few months there was definitely some teething problems with, like, tech stuff and working it all out. Yeah. But I've just been doing that for the past year during lockdown. So a bit of marketing, and then also doing like actually hosting the events as well, and sometimes some like IT support when people can't work out their tech issues. Yeah. So it's been interesting. Yeah.
So have you actually been able to make it work having those events like that?
Yeah, I think because I think rather than having one venue where people have to travel a long time to, it's easier for them to just jump on their computer and listen into what people are saying online. And then because we record it all, they can listen back sort of when they're free as well. So, like at first, obviously, people and companies like stopped paying money as much for things like that.
I can imagine.
But then when things stabilized a bit, people realized, no, we can make this work. And then obviously because of we didn't have to hire out like venues and stuff like that are, I think costs have gone down, so it means that it's more viable.
Decent, because some other dude I was talking to, I think he just like popped into a store once and he was saying something similar, and he was like, yeah, it was real sketchy to begin with, but then they kind of finally managed to make it work for him.
It's been okay. Like as I said, it dropped off definitely at first, but it's picked back up now. So it's interesting.
I don't know. Yeah, that seems a real like one of probably that alongside restaurants would be one of the most ones that be hit the hardest, where it's like you actually have to go places to do stuff. Yeah,
definitely. I think if we hadn't been able to like get the online stuff working, it would have been game over. But but at least like we've still like I haven't been furloughed or anything like that. Like so I'm pretty grateful for that. But yeah, so just doing that during lockdown, so that's been such fun. And then I can't remember what the rest of the question was. What else have I been doing?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
I picked up chess like around Christmas time. Started playing online. It's just like I'm still bad at it, but it's fun. I like the strategy element of it.
Element, we'll go with that. Element.
I'm gonna coin that as my new word. Which is quite fun. It also has like a kind of competitiveness to it because you've got to try and beat someone else.
Yeah.
And it's not like overly complicated. You're just like, they always do the same things, like all the pieces. So it's like you can pick it up quite quickly. Like easy to play, but like difficult to master. Which is quite cool.
Well, because it's funny you were saying that, because my cousin said the same thing. He was like watching like chess tournaments. Yeah. And I'm like, what? Because like, he was before you spoke to me. I was like, what? Is that actually a thing? It's like, yeah, there's loads of people watching it.
Yeah. So like obviously like Twitch, like chess. Like they've like everything is all moved online.
Yeah, so it's on Twitch and stuff.
Yeah, so like loads of tournaments have been streamed on Twitch, and people rather than go to somewhere and play on a board, play on a 2D board online. And I think because also the Queen's Gambit on Netflix, which I ended up watching, was pretty good. That like got people really into it as well, and it's just blown up like loads of like it gets like big views now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. I mean, I think that's really awesome. Of all the crazes to have, chess is a really cool one to have.
Yeah, I like. I don't know. I think it's cool. Like try to do a bit every now and then to try and it's always like it reminds me kind of. Do you remember the Nintendo like brain teaser things they had?
Yeah.
I kind of imagine it a bit like that. Like you've got to constantly trying to problem solve, and sort of helps your brain activities, especially if I'm looking at like the same spreadsheet for hours and hours and hours.
Oh mate, I can even imagine.
Just like stuck at home. It's like I need some sort of brain stimulus. So,
hell yeah!
So some chess puzzles or something like that would be cool.
Well, do you know the boxer Lennox Lewis?
Rings a bell.
So he was one of the, I think he's one of the few people to like ever beat Tyson, but he retired quite early, like out of his boxing career. So he saved his brain, and now he just spends before the lockdown, he's just spent all of his time either teaching boxing or playing chess in Central Park.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
so like against like fucking like grandmasters and stuff.
That's incredible. That's so cool.
I was like, that is, if there's ever going to be a celebrity endorsement for chess, that is it.
That's big. Yeah. Now I sort of understand chess a bit more. I definitely want to, because I've been to Central Park and I've seen like they've got like
you little bastard.
And sorry, not sorry.
I forgot you travelled. Yeah, go on.
I have travelled before when it was allowed.
Yeah, when it was legal.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, they have just like people in the park. They'll have like a chessboard set up. Yeah. And you pay them like $5. If they win, they keep the $5, and if you win, you get the £5 back, like dollars back.
Fair play, I like that.
So it's like a good way for like people to make money. Like, yeah. Well, they can.
Yeah. Not for you.
No, not for me. Either,
but for
either
them,
way, you don't gain money. You just gain the satisfaction of beating someone who's like quite good at chess.
Yeah, I like that.
And they're like, I'll go easy on you, man. It's all good. No. And they move so quickly, and you're like, what?
That's good. I like that.
Yeah. Especially like. They'll, tourists come into Central Park every day, so they'll get them. So,
yeah,
it's fun. It's only $5. Like,
If you get enough people coming through,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's big money. I like that. It's really good.
Yeah, it's
It's good hustle.
it looks fun, but then like if it's raining, you're sat outside all day, or in the winter, it's probably not that fun.
Yeah, New York in the winter sounds horrible.
And if you're bad at chess, you'll lose a lot of money.
I mean, it's probably not a good idea to set up as one of those people if you're not good at chess.
Yeah, it's probably like the similar way that like people who enjoy and are good at basketball will go play at a local basketball court in the park. The people who are good at chess, they'll play in the they'll meet up and just play chess, I guess.
I remember meeting there was this dude once.
You know a lot of dudes.
I do know a lot of dudes. There was this gentleman once. My cousin and I were in a bar, and there was a pool table, and this guy was just hammering pints. But he'd play a game and then hammer a pint, and then play again, hammer a pint. But the weird thing was he got better as the night went on.
Nice.
So it was so annoying because he was just destroying people.
He's like stumbling around the table, yet as soon as the shot goes in.
Oh, he was. Perfect. Yeah, it made no sense. His motor skills for pool got better, even though his feet skills didn't. Like he just like trip over his own feet, and you're like, well, what in the fuck? He couldn't talk, but he was making an absolute killing.
Nice.
Like betting against people, and they were like, what the fuck?
That's mad.
It was awesome though.
It's like some movie scene stuff.
It was really cool.
So good. Oh, imagine being. Yeah, I can't claim to get better at anything when I'm drunk. There might be a fine like after like 1 or 2 pints, like you just have that little bit of confidence.
Yeah.
And it takes the edge off, and then but after that it's down.
Well, it's like those people who claim they're better driving when drunk.
Oh god. Oh no. Yeah, that one doesn't wash in court.
No. Yeah, breathalyzers tell different stories.
Yeah, I get jealous of people who don't have hangovers though.
Oh mate, my hangovers are so severe. I try and limit drinking as much as I can.
Yeah, I think that was one of the best things I did over lockdown. Like the first couple of months, it was like, yeah, Zoom quizzes, Saturday night, get drunk.
Yeah.
Like, and then after a couple of months, I was like, well, I'm bored of the quizzes now, and I'm now bored of also being hungover every Sunday.
Yeah, it's not good.
So yeah, just like I still drink occasionally, but like, you know, if I want something Friday, Saturday evening, I'll just have like a couple of beers rather than like a whole crate or something stupid like that. Yeah. I was on a Friday, and I noticed that like the first couple of weeks in, I was like, no,
I can't, this isn't sustainable. I can't do this.
Yeah, it's not. And then like when you finally have a day off, I don't want to waste it being hungover anymore.
Yeah, just lying in bed like.
Yeah, yeah. No, that was good. Otherwise, especially that with like little less exercise as well when you can't go to the gym anymore. Like, this is gonna be a recipe for disaster if I carry on like this.
You excited? Gyms are back open tomorrow.
I'm excited. I renewed my membership for the gym, so yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym.
Hell yeah! Where you go?
I signed up for the Pure Gym.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
it's like just a cheap one. It's the one near the one in Caversham. Yeah. Just signed back up for there.
Yeah.
Hopefully go with my housemates as well. So like that could be fun.
So where are you living at the minute?
So I live not too far from Palmer Park.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I moved in with a buddy of mine who I play frisbee with. He's started a masters at Reading. Mm-hmm. So he was like, "Well, I need a place to live in Reading." And I was like, "Well, I want to move out with my parents." No. So it's worked out. And his girlfriend now basically lives with us as well.
Fair enough.
So it's the 3 of us, which is cool. Yeah, we all play frisbee as well. So like we like all gonna go trainings together and hopefully like gym together and stuff. So it's cool.
Hell yeah! Well, if you ever get bored of Pure Gym, you come join me at Buzz if you want.
Buzz Gym. Is Buzz Gym? I haven't. Is Buzz Gym? Which one is that? Is that?
It's on the King's Road, King Street technically.
Oh yeah, is that it's like quite near central town, right?
Yeah. So if you've gone from, you know where I think like where ZZ was.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's basically next to that.
Okay, yeah.
Like same thing as Outlook or Thirsty Bear.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, a couple of doors across from there.
Nice. Okay. Well, if I get bored, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm still a bit of a like not a pro at weightlifting, so I'll like Pure Gym does everything I need it to do at the moment. I reckon.
Yeah.
Like just basic stuff, and then you know when if I decide to become a bodybuilder, then maybe I'll upgrade, but that's extremely unlikely.
Like I'm a bodybuilder, right? it's not an upgrade; it's just a different one. I'd be interested to know how busy Pure is now, because it used to be absolutely rammed all the time.
I think because it's one of the cheapest ones, it gets a lot of it's pretty usually pretty busy, especially around peak times, like just like in the evenings and stuff like that. I can't tell if it'll be busier or less busy now. Whether I think there'll be a mix of people who have decided that. Pardon me. They've decided, you know what, home workouts are the best. I'm going to save my money. Like, I've bought these dumbbells now. I'm just going to use them.
Yeah.
And there'll be a bunch of people who'll be like, I can't wait to use real equipment again, rather than trying to lift bags of flour or you know, stuff like that. Using stuff like that. But I think maybe if people are working from home more, you might get less, like, people will work out maybe sort of during the days a bit more, rather than like rushing home like straight after work. They're like, you know what, I'm gonna use my lunch break to go do a workout, or working a bit more flexible hours. I don't know, we'll see.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
I'll report back to you.
We'll come back after a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I've noticed, because like with because of where Buzz is, there used to be when I go in the morning, it used to be rammed at like 7 o'clock. Purely because you've got all the offices around it.
Yep.
So it'd always be busy there and just crazy like straight after work.
Yeah.
But since a year ago, it's never ever been busy because, like you say, it's the people who would have worked in town and now working at home. They're like, oh, I'll just do something here. Yeah,
people will have like converted their spare room or their garage, or they'll just get the dumbbells out and do that or something, or go for a run. Like yeah.
Don't say garage to me, Ben. I'll get PTSD now.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'll just start crying.
You should bring back good memories.
I know. Well, for anyone,
bittersweet.
Well, most people won't know, but Ben and I used to train together. How long ago now?
So we did the Spartan race in 2014. That's the only one I've done.
Yeah.
So it was sort of not long after I started university. So yeah.
So it'd been the
sort of 2013-14, around there.
Yeah. It was in July before that.
Yeah, in the summer. I think we started sort of like spring, like this time of year, sort of April, May, but it was still warm enough to then go in the garage. Yeah. This guy made me throw up a couple of times.
Okay.
But also it's mostly my own fault.
Okay.
I will put that out there.
I will take the credit for that, because I think I will happily say we worked you out so hard you threw up multiple times.
I also did the dumb thing of just eating a banana like 5 minutes before doing.
You were like on the way to the session, and you're like, oh, I'll have something to eat.
Because I hadn't had breakfast. I was like,
such an idiot.
Yeah,
I mean,
rookie mistakes.
Hey, mate, you didn't learn, so it was still funny for us, so it was fine.
Yeah, I did it more than once.
I mean, at least 3 times.
Oh dear. Yeah. I've learned now. I'm better now.
You know, multiple circuit trainings, including burpees, that'll do it to you.
Yeah, they were pretty intense workouts.
They were. I was talking to another guy who used to train with us then, and I was like, how the hell do we do that then? Because I can't do any of that now. I
struggle with a lot of that, I think.
Yeah, I'm like, what? It just seems like we achieved, like, that was the peak of fitness. I haven't done anywhere close to that since.
Yeah, I think. Oh man, I'm trying to think. Yeah, like some point during. Yeah, around then I was probably at my fittest, because I was doing a lot of training, like with you guys, and then I was playing like a decent amount of ultimate frisbee at uni, like 3, sometimes 4 times a week.
Damn.
Which is like quite a lot of cardio.
Yeah, crazy.
So my fitness was pretty good, and it's probably never quite reached that again.
Yeah, likewise. I still can't run for shit.
Yeah, I like sprinting more than long distance.
Yeah.
So like we started doing sprint sessions as well with the club now. So like on Thursday we were doing hill sprints. So that was fun.
Where were you doing that?
We went to Prospect Park.
Oh,
so there's like a little hill up there.
Damn.
But it's like horribly bumpy as well.
Yeah.
So it's a good job no one's hurt their ankles. But yeah.
Hill sprints are fucking horrible, mate.
Yeah, we did what do we do? Like, so friend has like some like bands as well, so you put them around you and someone's like pulling back.
Oh.
So you've got like some resistance just for like practicing mechanics first.
Yeah.
And then we moved on to like the full sprints. So did like 10 meters uphill, like times 5 with like a minute break in between. Then 20 meters times 4, a minute 30 break in between. Then 30 meters uphill, 2-minute break in between.
Jesus.
It was, I actually surprisingly enjoyed it, but
hopefully I would as well if I actually did it. But that just sounds horrible, just like off the cuff.
Yeah, like, I mean, yeah, I'd rather be in bed watching Netflix. That's more fun. Let's be honest.
True.
But no, I just need to get my ass into shape.
Yeah, for someone who hates running so much, I actually have Matt and I are doing another Spartan this year, so I probably should actually run because this one's going to be the hardest.
Oh, is this
yet.
the long one?
Yeah.
Like, how long was the one we did, the first one? It was a short one, wasn't it? Like 10?
So it was 10 kilometers, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
I kind of want to do one again. I think it'd be a lot of fun. But I've only done one, so
That's fun.
I should be fine. Yeah. How many have you done now?
9.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. I still have never been able to run them, but I've done them.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, that's fine. Like it's not long between the things, so like little jog in between, and then sometimes when they're busy, I remember we had to like queue for some of the obstacles. That's just going to be a thing unless you straight out the gate you're first one there and you're doing it by yourself, which is
that's not as well.
That's a different level.
Well, to be fair, we did that once when I think it was Jake joined us for one.
So yeah.
So we did one around Windsor, and we just went, look, how about we all do it at our own pace because we're all different, and we was like, all right, fine, we'll do that. So the first half we were together, then we split off after that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That was pretty good.
Did you prefer it that way, or did you prefer sticking as a team?
Team was better.
Team's better.
Definitely better.
Yeah, we stuck as a team the first time, didn't we?
Yeah, well, that was hilarious. That was like 6 of us. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was good times. Man.
That was really fun.
What was your favourite? Do you have like a favourite obstacle on those that they do? Because I'd say my favourite was the spear throw.
Oh, I was gonna say spear
throw. Because that was just fun.
That is fun. Well, and also it's just hilarious if it bounces off and you're just like, oh shit.
Do you have to do it again until it sticks?
No, you just got to do burpees.
Yeah,
Considering that for that race, that was at least 15 obstacles. If you fuck up all of them, that's a lot of burpees.
That's a lot of burpees. I think
that's a lot. That's 1,500. No, my maths are terrible. 15 times 30.
How many burpees is it? 30.
30. Yeah, 15 times 30 times 300.
30 times 10 is 300 times
400.
So 450.
450. Yeah.
That's a lot of burpees.
That's a lot of burpees.
Yeah. I'm glad I only fucked up one event, one obstacle when I did it.
I think I fucked up two or three. I think.
I remember the monkey bars I couldn't do.
Oh, that in our defense, I fucked up that as well. But in our defense, they were real bastards because they made us jump in a massive puddle, then climb up and then do the monkey bars.
Yeah,
so we were just soaking wet.
We were soaking wet. Hands were soaked in mud. You try and dry them off.
Yeah.
And nothing's dry.
Yeah.
And then every bastard before had done the same thing.
Yeah.
So the monkey bars were coated.
Yeah.
In wet mud.
Yeah.
I literally I knew I had grip strength to do it because I'd done something which involved grip before, and you just get on the first one. It's just there's no friction at all, and your hands just slip. And you had to jump on because I'm short.
Yeah.
So I have to jump up to grab it as well.
Yeah.
And so that extra momentum screwed me.
It was horrible.
Everything else I think I managed to do. I think I even managed to do the rope climb one.
Rope climb I did. Do you remember the zigzag wall with the climbing blocks on them?
Yes.
Yeah, I fell straight off that. I couldn't do it.
I think I managed that.
I don't know what it is, but I just can't hold myself up as I move across. I just fall off straight away. Gravity goes that way.
It's tough. It's one of those weird things because I've been bouldering once or twice, and you have to really push your hips as close to the wall as possible, so that rather than hanging off, you try and actually just stand up.
Yeah. That could be it. Yeah, that makes sense because I've never, in all of them I've done, I always just fall off.
You want your front and your hips to almost be touching, the wall. That way you're like most vertical rather than like leaning back.
Yeah, yeah.
I think from someone who's extremely amateur at bouldering and climbing.
Bouldering.
Another word I'm trying. How good would that be? Bowling.
Bouldery. On that.
Oh my god, you bowl, but it looks like a bouldering thing, and it's like all the bumps.
That could be quite cool. That could be quite cool.
With like bumps and stuff.
Yeah, but there's like multiple avenues to get to it.
Oh my gosh, this is like sounding like a.
That's crazy invention.
Copyright Ben Black.
Sorry, we'll edit it out afterwards if you don't want people to steal your idea.
Perfect. I'm gonna have to draw some designs up.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I just remember a couple of I think because it was like the first one for all of us. Like I turned up stupidly wearing white shorts, so I'd throw them away.
That is a rookie mistake.
That was such a dumb move. And I think one of the other guys, he had like flat Adidas's he turned up in.
Oh man,
We were like, what the fuck?
that's
are you
asking for trouble.
Well, it was especially like towards I think the last half an hour of it, we had to sprint, we had to run up that hill. But because we were like a midday start, you already had like 5 heats before us. So it was just like a river.
Yeah. There was one bit where you had to like use a tree root to like grab someone up. And then there was also like some wood ones where like you have to just get momentum.
Yeah.
And there was quite a lot of people who they're like, okay, this is really difficult. So like, you boost one person up, and then they reach back, and then
pull you
once
up,
you're up, you help someone else up. So there was like some really good like camaraderie.
It was,
which was really cool.
It was sick. The best one was when we had to get through that river because they did the exact same thing. You just had teams of people just hanging onto trees and each other, and you just climb up each other. That was really good.
That was good.
Yeah,
I remember there was like the Atlas Stone. I really struggled with that one.
That was heavy.
Because also, again, it was just muddy as anything as well. And then I was muddy as anything.
Yep.
So it's like, you got it to one end finally. And they're like, you have to turn around and come back. And I was like, oh, please no.
So horrible.
Oh, yeah, that was brutal. Because that was like slightly up a hill. You do it. And then you just go back into like the main thing. It was like away from everything else for some random reason as well.
Yeah.
It was odd.
Yeah.
But yeah, good times.
They were good. It's funny you're saying about like you had to queue for some of them because some of the in the longer event ones that I did, in some cases one of the obstacles is they give you a brick and you've got to run around a field that's easily a mile in diameter in circumference.
Oh, just with a brick.
Just with a brick. That's the
you just got to hold it.
That's the obstacle, yeah. But you obviously got to run around it and come back, and you're like,
what?
It's horrible.
Yeah, it sounds. How big is the brick we're talking? Like a house brick?
Just a normal. Yeah, it's not cinder block. It's a normal. That would be something else.
Yeah, that'd be insane. Proper shoulder.
Yeah.
Like a boombox.
God, that would be savage.
I can imagine them doing that.
It was
Don't get any ideas, Sparta Racers, okay?
Oh mate, they're coming up with so many more crazy ones.
They've had a lot of time to think about them.
Well, it was the so the dude who runs it all. The dude.
Sorry.
Fuck it now. It's the last time you're here, mate. So Joe just saying it, the guy who runs it, better guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Guys are good.
Okay, cool. He was like, we normally have 300 races a year, and last year they did 2.
Oof.
Yeah, not good.
And they must have been in winter as well. That'd be pretty gnarly.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why they have the they have those windows to do it in because of the last one in the UK is in October and then it starts again in May.
Oh, I see. So just like October when things were starting to be unlocked down again, and then like, we can squeeze one in. Oh no, never.
No, it didn't happen.
No.
But they bought January last year. They bought Tough Mudder.
Wow, did they?
And then this happened. They were like, shit.
Just invested a load of money in
to this outdoor company that you can't do, and you're like, oh.
I think I'd be very surprised if stuff like that didn't like boom again afterwards.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll have like pre-booked. So many people want to jump on that.
Well, and they've brought out so many different ones, different variations as well. Like they've got there's one I really want to do, which is it's in a stadium.
That's cool.
I can't remember what the bloody hell it's called now. It's Chester, I want to say. No.
Okay. Wait, it's called that, or that's where the stadium
No, that's
is?
where it is. When I find it, you'll know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was like, that's awesome because
Yeah.
you use all like the steps and all the stairs as part of the obstacles.
Oh, we go actually in...
They're using the whole thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't it? It's really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
And there's zero mud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, done.
Yeah, that's dreamy.
Yeah.
That's cool. Because I remember when I did one, there was like 3. There was like the sprint one.
Yeah.
Lol.
Yeah.
Whatever the intermediate was called.
Super.
The super, and then the
Beast.
The beast. They basically just got more distance, and then just like obviously with more distance, there's more obstacles.
Yeah.
Whereas the stadium one sounds really cool.
It's really cool. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
But they just fuck you up. But they give you like sandbags and then buckets full of like rocks. And you're like, thanks. So you've got to climb. You got to carry those up and down the stairs.
Man.
That still sounds awesome. I'd do that.
Fun, but ridiculous. I can't believe that I didn't think to like have somebody take me there. I drove a few of us there.
Yeah.
And then I was like, if I got injured.
Yeah. Now what?
Because I remember we passed somebody and his ankle was.
Oh yeah,
but,
dude. Yeah.
But he was this guy who was like.
Yes.
You could say, dude, I'm just taking the piss. I don't.
No, I'm trying to correct my grammar. Yes, I remember that guy.
And he was He was gnarly. He was like, I'm gonna carry on. It's gonna be fine. And we're like, dude, your ankle does not look good.
I know.
He could like barely put weight on it.
I know. He had a stick with a shoe on the end of it that he was using as a crutch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Oh my gosh. And then, yeah, like we wouldn't have been able to get home because I think I had Jake Mathias who.
No. Jake wasn't there for that one. It was
my bad.
It was you, I, Michael, Matt, Yuma, Tom.
Yeah, and I think it was only me and someone else who could drive.
Me. I think it was just 2 of us. Yeah.
And we had our own cars.
Yeah.
So like no one else could have driven my car if I'd been injured.
Yeah.
The best thing about it was that I got a beer afterwards.
That was good.
And I was like, I'm dehydrated and I'm gonna drive later.
I'm gonna have a beer.
Dumb but good.
Yeah, they always do a good job at the finish line because they just give you like beers, protein bars, like more little hydration sachets, coconut milk, bananas. Yeah,
just have all of the foods.
Yeah, they changed the sponsors throughout the years. So they had like these little like gel sachets you get.
Oh yeah.
So they tasted like shit, but I'm sure they were pretty
like,
good.
Were they like energy ones, like caffeine?
Yeah, energy and I want to say like electrolytes or something.
Oh yeah, probably that makes sense.
Yeah, just a keep you.
I've definitely had one of those. I've had a pack of those before. I remember like the first time I was like going to the gym with my buddy, and he was like, "Look, I've got these. Let's try them out." I was like, "Cool." I had one, and like as we were on our way to the gym, my face just started tingling, and I was like, "Oh my god, this has so much caffeine in it." And you read on the back, and it's like, "Do not consume more than one of these within 24 hours."
Oh my god!
It's like an obscene amount of caffeine. And I was buzzing for the next that gym session.
That's pre-workout, mate. What you do?
It was pre-workout, yeah. It was nuts.
Some of them are crazy, like the company Grenade. They do loads of crazy ones, and they've got one beforehand, which is I think is a lot like that, where you're just there like, you're just wired.
It's almost like you had one of those like salt things.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Yeah, you're just white. You're ready to go. Yeah, that sounds nuts.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't had one since. Like
probably good.
I had like a pack like years ago, but I couldn't be bothered to buy more. I don't think I need it. I think it's fine.
Depends what you're doing. When you're at the gym, what do you tend to do, or what did you do at the gym?
I tend to try and stick to like the weights room because with actually like frisbee, you're doing a lot of like sprints. You're doing a lot of cardio, so I feel like that was covered. And when I'm in the gym, I try to use something which I don't have at home and can't replicate. So like, I quite like going to a squat rack, deadlifts, like bench press, like the big like barbells and stuff that I don't have at home and I can't really replicate. Yeah, that's sort of mainly what I do. And then if I want to go for a run, I'll just go outside rather than on a treadmill.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not.
No, don't touch the treadmill.
Treadmill doesn't do anything for me. I get bored.
I
get bored on normal runs outdoors, but at least the scenery's slightly different.
Yeah.
Pardon me. And so yeah, that's basically what I do. Just trying to like throw weights around. I say throw them around.
Pick them up and gently put them back down again.
Yeah, always put them back where they came from. Be a good gym person.
I was gonna say you're not when you're deadlifting, you're not a slammer, are you?
No, I try and avoid it because
you don't want to be that dick.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy, and also I think something people forget, like unless you're going for a world record deadlift, like like 300 kilos, which I can't. Like you don't need to slam it down. You should be able to have enough try and have control and use those muscles still to like not place it back down really slowly, but like have some control putting it back down. Because I know some people who like they're doing a deadlift and they'll like go quite fast back down, and when that little bounce, they use the momentum to get back up.
So lazy.
I'm like, you're cheating yourself.
Yeah,
that's the thing. You're not cheating anyone else. No one else is gaining anything from you doing that or losing anything. So if you just do it properly, it'll hurt more, but you'll feel the benefits more.
Absolutely. Well, that's the thing. It's the eccentric movement of the lift that you're coming down. That's 50% of the benefit because you use the muscles in a certain way coming up and you use them in a certain way coming down.
Yep.
That's the whole point. There's this guy I was in the gym next to once. I was on the squat rack on the left. He was deadlifting on the right, and I thought this dude was trying to dig through to China because he was just slamming it down on the ground. People were all like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Chill the fuck out, dude.
Yeah, but I was like, was like, you're negating the fact that you've clearly got 100 on the bar, but you're negating any like pride
Yeah.
in it because you're yanking and then just drop and you're slamming. You're like, what? You're not doing it right.
Yeah. I also recognise that I'm not jacked. So when I see somebody who is jacked doing it, what I would consider like not particularly great form, and I'm also like, well, that dude's also shredded, so maybe I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, and well, the thing is that he could do everything else correct, and he could just be screwing that up.
Yeah, it could just be the one thing that he's like.
Yeah.
Or if you are just going for like a new PB and you just want to get it up.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yay. Yay.
You may just then like, cool, I got it up. That's my 1 rep max. Otherwise, I'm going to pass out. Just drop it.
Yeah.
I respect that a bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? You sort of on the similar, like more just like weights and stuff in the gym.
Yeah, I mean, like we used to train. My preferred way of fitness is, self-defense in any way.
I was doing the MMA.
That was sick.
That was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. So that's my preferred way of doing it. Otherwise, it's just resistance training, so body weight or weights. So
yeah, body weights are good.
Yeah.
I've been using more of those like over lockdown, obviously. Just go on YouTube, find some like bodyweight stuff. They're pretty good. And like as with everything, there's always one of those things like, oh, I can like do this like quite easily if you not cheat, but then it's like, oh no, if you do it correctly, like engage your core and like make sure like certain things are correct. Like, oh damn, this actually hurts a lot more than I thought.
Well, that's the thing. You can, with barely anything, you can have a disgusting workout, and it will ruin you. And it was really, really good. Like, when people are like, "Oh, I haven't got any equipment, I can't do a workout." I was like, "Okay, give me 200 squats and do push-ups, like each push-up taking 2 seconds. Then come back to me and say you can't do a workout." Yeah. That is just torture doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you'll die.
Yeah, it just ruins you. But it's awesome. It's so good.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there's like things like proper form and stuff. So like just doing press ups correctly. I know there's different variations, but there's like better and worse. So.
Do you have a preferred placement? Oh, first of all, do you do them?
I do press ups.
Do you have a preferred hand placement?
Hands just sort of like shoulder width apart.
Yeah.
But make sure that like rather than splaying your elbows out like this, try and tuck them in, and then so they're almost touching your ribs.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
And then out again, and make sure you like fully extend, like engage the shoulders as well. That's how I've a friend of mine has taught me. Like this is like one of the best ways.
That's a military push up. So they do it. So it's more.
You're getting a lot of tricep.
It's more tricep because you have it closer in.
Yeah, and also like you can often feel it in like your lats as well, which is weird.
It's awesome. It's a really good one.
Yeah, and then also people like make sure to don't stick your bum out and stuff. Like really tuck your core in and like squeeze your glutes.
And just making sure you bring in when you come back up, you bring your shoulders and your hips up at the same time, as opposed to shoulders then hips. Yeah. Don't do the dip and tuck.
Yeah. There's one my friend taught me, like the typewriter, like he calls it the typewriter. So like your arms are quite wide.
Yeah.
And you'll just go on one side like this, go across, and then back up. And it's brutal.
You got that or Hindu ones as well. Doing a Hindu. No, sorry. That's a Hindu squat. I mean the cat push up.
Oh, is that the one where you like?
So you're like that, and you push through, and then you can either do in reverse, so you come back that way again, or you push through and then up and back.
Oof.
So either way, it's all about the control at the bottom.
Yeah, it's all about the control.
Yeah,
with like almost every exercise. Because if you just like rush through them and have terrible form, you'll probably injure yourself as well.
Yeah, well, welcome to CrossFit.
Hey.
There's this guy I listened to who was a I think his name is Matt Frazier, and he's a CrossFit champion like 5 years in a row.
Okay.
But he was saying before that he was an Olympic weightlifter, and the only reason he stopped is because he shattered 2 vertebrae in his back from doing back squats. Ooh. And you're like, what in the Christ? And he just kept going. You're like, savage.
Oh man, that's nuts.
Oh, but as soon as I heard that, I was like, yep, Michael and his ribs. Yep.
Oh yeah, he cracked his. He cracked his ribs as well, didn't he?
Yeah, so he had the sternum was a rugby one, but then Jake hammered him. He hooked him in the ribs.
Was it?
Yeah, and he fractured his ribs.
He didn't notice at first, did he? Or like it hurts, but like he just carry on.
Yeah, the only reason we knew there was anything wrong was he just went and then went, all right, let's go.
sparring those two guys was so difficult.
Oh my god. Well, Jake, because he had so much mass, he was just so easy for him to give power.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Michael, if you try and kick him, he just block it, and he had like knives under his skin because it was just all just jagged shin bone.
Yeah, he has like, I think for rugby he must have done, and probably now the military, he's done so much conditioning, so he's hard as nails.
Dude, he was telling me there was they did a exercise, where it's like riot training. So half of them have got to be the rioters and half of them have got to be the enforcement, and then they got to swap over. But he says they go full like thing.
They don't hold back.
Yeah, so it's like they have like this own little village. So they've got like fire bombs, dogs, riot shields, batons, and stuff. And I was like, what in the?
Oh my gosh.
He was midway through it. He got barged by a bunch of people, so he fell over and someone stood on his rib. And he was like, "Yep, that broke it again." And I was like, "Oh god!"
But he can't stop. He has to carry on, right? Otherwise,
yeah, he just kept on going.
Yeah. That's hardcore.
That dude's crazy. He's so crazy.
Never complain about my desk job ever again.
Oh god. But he was telling me, I was like, that sounds like hell, but also that sounds like a lot of fun. You're doing riot training.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. Never a dull day.
No, I can imagine. Blimey.
Good lord, it's crazy. Yeah, see, ideally I'd want to do like that sort of like mixed whatever training we did before, but it's just it's the space really.
Space is a big one for that.
Yeah.
Especially the more people you have as well. At least by yourself, you could maybe like you could do it in one room, but then you're not against anyone else. Then you're just doing.
Yeah, it's just it's pretty shit. So you know, at least another person to do it with.
Yeah, you need some space, and then like the mats as well are really important.
Yeah.
Because when you fall over or get thrown, turns out it hurts.
Good old judo. Because I've forgotten that you were a judo boy like me.
Yeah, I used to do judo. When I started, when I was like 8 or 9.
Same.
And then I stopped when I was about 14. Yeah, so I tried to remember some of that against like the Michael and Jake. I was like, okay, I could try use some tactics. Easier said than done though.
Yeah. Yeah, well they just drive at you. You're like, oh, okay, right.
Yeah. Like use their weight against them. Like, no, I'm just.
I'm out.
I'm on the floor. I got.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah, I'll be interested to know if they got any, like, there's going to be any like judo or jiu-jitsu classes coming back open again. Hopefully.
Good question. I'm sure. I don't know if the club I used to train with is still going. I know that the guy who ran it has like stepped down now because he's.
So Lenny you were with?
Yeah, Lenny. Yeah. I know he stopped. I don't know if anyone's managed to take over. So that'd be a shame if not.
Yeah, that'd be because it was so annoying as well because it was literally like the beginning of March. I was actually looking for another jiu-jitsu class because I was really like hankering for it again, and then all this shit happened. I was like,
yeah, I'm sure there'll be clubs somewhere. Again, same with the gym. There'll be a demand for it. People want their stuff back. People want their hobbies back.
Yeah. Well, here's what's interesting is that they built the big Toys R Us down the south of Reading.
Oh yeah.
That company is now bust. So
Toys R Us.
Yeah. So there's talk. There was talk of turning it into a UFC gym.
Oh wow.
Which when I heard that I was like,
Christmas came early. That would be nuts.
But I don't know what's going on with that at the minute.
Yeah, all rumours in it, I think.
Yeah.
No point building something like that while no one can be in it.
It would be so sick though. Oh my god. You get some absolute nutcases going, but it would be cool.
Yeah. You'd have to. I've never been in a gym like that. I can't imagine.
Me neither.
I think I've only like seen stuff like that on movies. So what I imagine it would be.
Yeah.
Like just people sparring or like boxing bags and stuff like that. I imagine.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It'd be pretty nuts.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to. Yeah, just to sort of deal with the people going, you'd have to have like a booking system or something for.
Definitely booking system, and they'd probably ask you to have like some prior experience.
Yeah, or like if you have no experience, this is the day you turn up or whatever.
Beginner's day or sessions, yeah. or if you're a beginner, you can only use like the bags. You're not allowed to spar anyone yet, or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, no, exactly, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, there was one guy I was listening to saying that if I'd rather go against a black belt any day versus go against a white belt, because a white belt doesn't know what they're doing, so they could easily hurt, like, cause you real like damage.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a very good point.
Yeah, because they could still be just like really strong.
Yeah.
And you could get caught by like a stray punch or
Yeah,
kick.
or if you're grappling, they could just crank your neck.
Yeah. That's true. Whereas at least a black belt will know when to stop.
Yeah.
And not to hurt you, and they know how to do things like break fall, so you're gonna land safely and stuff like that.
Good old break falls.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
Did you have the front facing one as part of the drills for the break falls?
From what do you mean?
So you'd obviously have left, right, back. Did you have the front one as well?
I don't remember the front one.
Okay.
Maybe it was only introduced like at later belts when you're like older and stuff like that. But I don't remember doing that. I remember doing like, on your back, and then I guess like left and right a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I stopped before. It's probably a thing, but I don't remember that one.
Because I remember we always taught it, but there was never ever a throw you would use in it. Because if it was going to be anything, it'd be like a sacrifice, but you just roll out of that. Like you wouldn't land on your front in a sacrifice because you just bash your face into the ground.
Because most throws are designed to throw someone onto their back, or at least their side anyway, right? Because in judo, if you throw someone on their back, it's upon they win.
Because yours was a competition club.
Yeah, we entered in quite a few competitions. Our club was quite decent. Like, they had some good success.
Yeah.
So they were good fun, those competitions, actually. I remember doing nationals a few times. So
nice.
Like weight, done by weight. I don't think I ever won anything. Maybe a bronze.
Cool.
Once, but I don't think that's a guess. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll say you did.
Sure. Yes, definitely did. You can't prove otherwise.
Yeah. His name really isn't Ben Black. Don't look. Yeah, no, because my club was never a competition one. So I remember going to Lenny's, and there was another one as well. Who that was what it was for. So like it was just another level for me to go against those guys because they were just like they're used to like fighting properly to win. I was like, oh, as opposed to just
not just sparring as well.
Yeah, as opposed to fighting to just practice the moves.
Yeah. There was a nationals one which was done on weight, and then there was another one where it's done more like you're in like they line you up sort of all in height, and if there's like a weird height, like someone who's like a black belt is really short, they're like, okay, move you up, whatever. And then you'll get put into like your height category. So roughly like, and then you get put into a team. So everyone in your team will have like everyone from a certain like height category or like experience category. So like the little kids, like all the white belts will be like at the bottom. You've got like the medium, like teenagers, like yellow, orange, green belts, whatever. And you've got like the team leaders, which are like the black belts.
Yeah,
like the good, really good fighters. And you go around and like fight other teams, and you take it in turns. So like,
that's cool.
So like the white belts are like proper juniors will like fight first.
Yeah,
and then it goes up and up, and if you win for your team, you get like a point. And so after you've fought like a bunch of the teams, depending on how well you do, like how many fights you and your team have won, whoever has the most highest points wins the tournament. So you could like win every single one of your fights, but if everyone else on your team does terribly, you could lose. Or vice versa, you could get completely carried if like everyone else in your team was
really good. Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun.
That's kind of awesome.
And it was interesting. It was always interesting when like, because you fight a bunch of people you never met before, but occasionally you'll come up against somebody like from like one of your mates from your club, and you're like, no, I've got to fight you. Nice. Like, okay, I guess we're doing it for real now, not just sparring. Yeah. Let's see it. Yeah. So they're often fun.
Yeah, I like that. Damn, I missed out.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah, I haven't done that. Yeah, obviously stopped at like 14 because football. I like football too much. Yeah, I know.
Such a traitor.
But no, I was getting to the stage where like people like I haven't had a growth spurt, so like people were getting tall, so I was like, shit, I'm getting beaten up a lot. Yeah. So I was like, well, I can just play football because I'm better at that. Yeah. But I kind of wish I'd stuck with it a bit more. But well.
Which I think I stopped when I was 17. Yeah, because my instructor, he snapped a ligament in his knee from football and judo.
Oh,
So he just
no.
double whammy, and yeah, we just couldn't keep the club going because of that, which was annoying. But on the plus side, we split the equipment in 50-50, so I was like, cool.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, that's
why
where all the
you
mats
had
came
mats
from. Yeah,
got it. That's pretty cool.
it was it was
that's
really good. And then we just, when we got rid of the mats, it was just like, oh yeah, remember that blood stain? Remember that blood stain? Remember that blood stain?
Nice. Every mat had a memory.
Yeah, they were good. That was good.
Yeah, that was good times.
Yeah. I think the worst one was you weren't there for this. This was Cager at one point.
Yeah.
It was a winter training session, so it was me, Jake, Josh for some reason, and Cager was there.
Josh. Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember why, but he had a brief spell of training with me.
Okay.
And then I think it was Jake versus Tom, and what Tom did is he stepped back away from Jake. He dragged his foot, and I don't know whether it was to do with the cold or what, or whether it was just his feet.
Yeah.
But he tore off the bottom of his big toe,
Oh.
so all the skin just tore off,
no.
someone just gone like that. And I was like, "What in the fuck have you just done?" But I've never seen anything like that.
Oh, that's dirty.
Even from all the years of actually being on the mat with proper people, you get burn and stuff. I've never seen that.
That's mad.
It was easily about a centimeter deep. It was crazy. So he had to wrap his toe back up again.
Oh, that's gnarly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good story, and it was
made it onto the podcast,
and it made it onto the mat. It looked onto the mat as well.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, ooh. But yeah, he didn't come back after that.
Oh no.
No.
I mean, that's a shame.
It was
But
pretty funny.
yeah, he probably doesn't see the story in the same way as you do.
Well, that's fine. It's benefited me, so I'm not going to care. Yeah.
It's your gain.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm trying to think if there were any other pretty bad injuries there.
I don't remember any injuries, particularly from when I was training with you.
Excuse me.
No, I can't really think of anything.
Yeah, which is remarkable considering it was a fairly small space with brick wall on one side and then a stack of weights across the other.
Yeah, there was definitely potential for disaster.
Yeah.
You were quite good at making sure that if we got close to the wall, we're like, hang on, stop there,
move it,
drag you back into the middle of the mats.
Yeah.
Continue.
Go.
Carry on fighting. It was always awkward when someone's in a headlock, you move them back, and they're like, wait, I've got to
try to get here again.
Get back out again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. No, I think you did well in making sure that no one got hurt.
Well, I was gonna say, because imagine how shit it would have been if people got seriously injured on my watch. Well, more than they already did.
Yeah, there's an element of well, you know what, we're fighting, so you could get a bit hurt.
Did I tell you when Jake kicked me in the balls?
Oh my gosh.
Oh mate, so it was.
That's gonna hurt.
I think you'd gone to uni, so it was.
Yeah, I think that's why I stopped a bit because I was uni.
So Jake deferred a year, so he came around once.
Yep.
It was just him and I sparring, and he went to do a roundhouse. I stepped out of the way, not knowing it was a feint, so he changed it at the last minute, and it was a front kick. And so I basically stepped into the front kick, but it was a powerful kick from Jake, just bam, straight up the middle, and I just hit the deck. I was out. I was just out for I don't even know how long, but I was just I thought I'd lost them. I thought they were gone because I was in so much pain. It was just gone.
Oh man, yeah. Playing football, I've had a few footballs to the balls. Yeah, they hurt.
Oh.
Especially when someone, is going full pelt.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Horrible one is if you're playing in winter, it's January. And this is before I knew what, when I was a teenager or a kid, you have no idea what base layers are and stuff like that. So I'm just wearing I'm just bare skin. Someone takes a shot and it hits you in the inner thigh.
Oh no.
In January. So the ball is also just rock hard because it's cold.
Yep.
Those sting a lot.
Yep.
It's hey, great block. For the team, I was going in and I'm just oh,
yeah.
Wasn't worth it.
So bad.
Should have played. Next time I'll let him score.
I did what was I playing for? I started playing football as my first ever out of school stuff. So I was doing a Saturday morning. I want to say it was AFC I was playing for. Yeah, whatever.
Sure.
And I remember I went to a game once on a Sunday, and I went to head the ball, and this dude was trying to be really cool and tried to kick the ball.
Oh no.
So he kicked me in the face.
Oh no.
It was just like this stud just out of nowhere, just kind of just
Oh, that's not.
plonked me right in the face.
That's not good. That's dangerous play.
Yeah, that's when after that I was like,
football.
no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not having getting kicked in the face by these people. They're like, this is crazy.
Yeah, it sucks when like if you have a bad experience as a young kid, they'll like ruin you.
Yeah.
I think that's why some people are like scared of swimming or something like that. If
Yeah,
they have a bad
probably.
experience or.
Well, it's because they just, I don't know, probably accidentally nearly drown themselves or something. Or it's, those massive floating mats.
Oh, if you get trapped under one of those.
Yeah, that's pretty freaky.
That's definitely happened at like a birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh my god, there's another one. Why are there 3?
Yeah.
And then you like scramble up.
Yeah, that's pretty freaky.
Yeah,
Trying to get out of that.
That's scary.
Or it's the one, where they tell you about, those like private swimming pools where they've got the big tarpaulin that goes over it.
Yeah.
And they're always saying don't go in it because if you get caught under that, you're like, you basically are not coming back out again.
Yeah.
Because it was because of how the water and the material and everything catches on you there.
Yeah. That's game over.
Pretty much, yeah.
Or I think like when they had the waves, like a river meet,
Yeah.
that can freak people out. Like look, like sometimes if you're quite young, can be pretty scary.
Well, that one always weirded me out because Rivermead right at the bottom, they had those bars.
The bars are terrifying.
And you're like, what the fuck are these bars here for?
I think because.
I don't know.
Because I think what I can imagine is there's some sort of motor, and that pushes the water, and it needs something to come out of. But I've swum up to there while the waves are going on, and gone down, looked at the bars, and then you could hear it like whirring, and I kind of like noped out of there, like I'm gonna go back into the middle. Because if you get your ankle like caught in there and you're under the water, that's bad.
Well, and also, it's like pitch black, and you're like.
Yeah, there's no lights under there.
You can't see anything. Like, this is fucking terrifying.
I'm not sure I want to see what's through.
Yeah, I don't want to see. It's like, why are there bars here? What the fuck is under there? It's so scary. Yeah, that's terrifying.
That's like horror game, video game kind of stuff, man. Like, I don't want to go in there.
Did you ever? Oh, it's like when we used to play fucking Slender Man or some shit.
Oh, what a game!
Oh god,
that was terrifying.
Did you ever play that Silent Hill demo? They never actually made a game out of.
No, I think I've seen a clip of it online, like on YouTube.
Yeah.
Is this the one where it's like the Pyramid Head? Is that Silent Hill?
Yeah, that's Pyramid Head. Yeah.
I remember somebody. Was it Jake? Did
he did. He made the head.
Made the head. Oh my god,
that was a sick head.
That was
good.
incredible. No, I never played the game of it.
Well, because it was a new one, so it was a different setting.
Yeah.
But what it was is you had to go through this house. So it was like you'd open the door, go into the house. You'd open you're like in a room.
Yeah.
You'd open the door to go into the rest of the house, and it'd be like a corridor. It would then turn right. There's doors either side. So you have like a bathroom on the right, and kitchen on the left, or whatever. You turn right. You keep going down. You see the front door at the end, and as you come out, there's like a balcony that the hallway upstairs overlooks onto that hallway. So like you go through it the first time, you're like, oh okay, it's just someone's house, and then you go through the door at the end and it repeats, but there's something different each time.
Oh no.
And then you like walk in the next time, there's like lights missing and like there's this weird sound happening, and they're like, it's the scariest shit I've ever played. But they never made a game out of it. They just they just made the demo, went, that'll do. Oh my god,
it
was so scary.
That does sound pretty scary,
because like Slenderman, something will eventually get you, but you just don't know where it's going to come from. And there's like lights flickering, you've got a torch that doesn't really work, and you're there like,
oh man,
it's good shit. It was really good.
Before Christmas, I was playing with my friends a game. I think it's Phasmophobia. I can never pronounce it, but you're like a crew of 4, and you have to go into this house where it's like you've got to find the ghost. There's been ghosts in here, and you've got to like do certain things. So you can like speak into your mic and like say, "Ghost, reveal yourself." And we were playing like the first couple of times like on the easy levels. It's like, okay, we got it. We like had our like terrible torches and stuff, and we found evidence of it and we passed. And then like on the like slightly more difficult levels, it's like you need to split up for it to reveal yourself. It doesn't like groups. No, okay, I'll be in a. We split up, and then I'm like, guys, what's going on? And when you get killed, it's properly scary because you just see like this freaky ghost go out of you. God. Yeah, fun.
Yeah.
But scary.
There's another game like that. I can't remember what it was, because Slenderman you saw from a distance, and then the whole screen kind of went like, ooh. But
yeah, and then eventually it caught you.
yeah, then there's another one that kind of just sneaks up on you. Fucking hell.
There's a bunch.
They're so well done though. If you know you're playing a game and they still scare the shit out of you, like this is really well done.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They just know what they're doing. But then I'm not really into like horror movies particularly, so it's not. So I'm always just like, oh no.
See, I like the ones that got a pretty good like plot line. Like if you look at
not many then.
Exactly. If you look at like the Conjuring or the Insidious films, they all link. So they all follow on from each other. So you're like, clever.
Yeah, I remember seeing the first Insidious in cinemas.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, I wasn't into those types of films, so I was definitely like, but I was with my mates, so I was like, I can't be seen to be scared, even though I was.
Yeah.
And I didn't see the next one. I'm sure it follows on. I'm sure it's great.
Well, I remember.
I'm okay with never finding out.
Yeah. Well, I watched Sinister with Luca, and I'm like, it's a fucking soldier, and he's hiding behind a pillow. He's like, nuh-uh.
Oh man, that's when you know it's hardcore.
When he's there, like, I'm good. Nah.
I've seen some stuff.
Yeah.
But this is
another level.
Oh man, what? No, thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Sounds good though.
Yeah.
Need to quench the thirst.
It's got to be done.
Yeah.
So I find it with coffee. I was told it was an Italian custom to have coffee and ice water. Because it's a diuretic, so you have you get the hydration back.
Yeah, that's the thing with tea and coffee. It gives you a bit of energy, but it makes you need to go to the loo almost immediately. Yes,
certainly with coffee. Well, especially with this, I think this is my fourth today. So you know.
Man, you're tanking through them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I made the mistake of booking these back to back, so there you go.
Oh.
That's not a mistake. It's just I need to keep my energy up.
Yeah, you got to do it. You got to do it. How's I see you got the handstand parade.
Oh yeah.
The drum.
I do indeed.
Skin. How's is the band a thing anymore? I'm out of the loop. I have no idea.
That's fun. Yeah, no, not since about a year ago now, actually.
Oh, okay.
That's why I got it on the wall.
Yeah, you can display it now. Not like a.
Well, we kind of stopped because we would kind of hit like a creative sort of like roadblock.
Oh, okay.
And we were just like, let's stop now, as opposed to try and force it and end up hating each other.
Yeah, that would suck. Yeah, it's not worth losing like your friends over.
Yeah. So I haven't played drums in ages, but I've been kind of like teaching myself piano again.
Oh, nice. I'd love to learn piano.
Well, you probably pick it up quite quickly.
Probably. I played bass for long enough.
Yeah.
And I could probably play some basic guitar chords. So
yeah.
I feel like I could, but I don't have a piano, so.
You can get a keyboard fairly cheaply.
Probably could.
It does the same thing.
Yeah, I need to find space for it in my house.
So, excuse me. What have you got? What's the house like in the minute that you've got?
It's like quite small. It's like 2 bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
It's like quite a studenty house.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite near the university. And we're just renting. So I think my 2 housemates are gonna move out when the tenancy's up in September. They're gonna move in together.
Fair enough.
Because they're a couple. Yeah.
Yeah, it was that.
So yeah, it's been fun. But I'll just like find somewhere else. I'm toying with the idea. I'll either like rent somewhere else or might end up moving back to my parents for a bit, just like while I find a place. Or my mum floated the idea out of me and my brother putting our money together and trying to buy a place, which would be cool. And then if we don't want to actually live there, we could like rent it out.
Yeah, that's a good move.
Depending on like the quality of the house, like what's actually in there.
Yeah.
So I'd be down to explore that, but we'll see. You need money in the first place, which is the big issue. So.
Might help, yeah.
Yeah, but we wouldn't be going for like a big house, just like something small, maybe like 2 beds, something like that. But yeah, the walls in my house are pretty thin, so which is frustrating. Like you can hear the little kids this side, which
yeah, that ain't good. Yeah,
I like. Oh man. Oh man.
That's what earplugs are for, mate.
Yeah, the headphones get used. It's like, it's bedtime. We're gonna like, why are the kids not? You can just hear. I won't start. The podcast doesn't want to hear that.
You can, mate. It's fine. It's whatever you're comfortable with sharing, mate. We are open.
It's just the kids don't want to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Parents do want them to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
But that for like 3 hours.
Oh my god!
Like it's midnight. Why are you not?
Oh man, that is.
And they're like primary school kids as well. I'm like, why? Go to sleep.
That is savage.
I think my sympathy does go out to parents with young kids over lockdown at the moment.
Yeah, that's rough.
Especially like if they've been cooped up inside all day, they're going to be
Mm-hmm.
bored, have so much leftover energy.
Yeah.
So when it comes to bedtime, they're just not going to want to do that. But I've definitely heard the threat, like, I'll take your phone away. And I'm like, well, 5-year-olds should not be having phones anyway, in my opinion.
I agree, mate.
So like, there's mistake number one.
Well, I remember, I think it was my first ever, like my first or second week of work. So I remember getting the bus into town, and I sat at the bus stop. There was a kid next to me, and he was clearly in year 7. He's got a fucking like iPhone 4. I was like, what the fuck is this?
You don't need it.
I was like, I didn't have a phone till until like year 8, and like the end of year 8 as well. I'm like, what the fuck? Why? What is
It's
this?
stupid. I think I got off my first phone in year 7.
Huh.
I was like, okay, like, start at secondary school, you're going to be walking to school by yourself.
Yeah.
My parents were like, you can text or call and you're going to be, so I like basically use it, go to the park, play football, take the phone.
Yeah.
Mum could be like, dinner's ready. Cool, great.
Yeah.
And it had Snake on it. So,
Snake was sick.
but like, I don't know. I don't think kids need a phone until
That's
in
crazy.
primary school.
Did you? What was your first phone?
The indestructible Nokia. The Nokia
Yeah,
310
boy.
The 310, something like that. I can't remember. Yeah, it was that one. The good old faithful.
Yeah, it was a good phone.
I miss that phone. Sometimes I feel like the world would be a better place if we all went back to phones like that.
I agree. Well, there's the, I think it's in the documentary Social Dilemma.
Yeah.
There's the people who made the algorithms for,
like, social media.
Yeah, like you speak to them and they're like, we've made a huge mistake.
Yeah, they're very it's very difficult to have predicted how it would turn out.
True.
But they're deliberately, like, every time the colours are all very deliberate. Like, there's a reason why they use red as a notification, because it stands out to you. Hence why you're also using traffic lights.
Yep.
And then like the endorphin, people are so reliant on like the endorphin hit from like when you get a notification, somebody likes your post, someone's commented, whatever. I actually recently like uninstalled Facebook and Instagram from my phone.
Good man.
I use the Messenger app still because they're useful.
Yep.
But rather than like getting a notification and like looking at it when it tells me to, I check it occasionally during the day just on my web browser.
Yeah.
When I feel like I need to. So,
I'm exactly the same.
so like like, I don't know. I feel like for me personally, that's a healthier way.
I agree.
Because also I found, especially while working from home, there's like less people to distract you. You can distract yourself. And if your phone's just there, like social media's right there, I definitely like, oh shit, like you get the reminder. How long have you been on Instagram today? Like 2 hours. It's like, well, like what?
Yeah, it's crazy,
it's like,
isn't it?
Should have been doing. We're like, oh, I wonder why I'm behind on my work today.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know. It just got a point. It's like, well, this is pretty stupid. And then I'm also not finding enjoyment from it. So
I'm the same. I mean, I went through. I think Facebook. I deleted. I took all my pictures off it, deleted all of them, and went to hell with this shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't have it on my phone anymore. Instagram, I whittled down all the stupid shit I was following, all of the stupid things I posted, and went, nope, look at this, muted so much crap. I turned all the notifications off, and I was like, no. So it's unless it's this, I don't really go on it.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, I think it's pretty healthy. Like I use Facebook for, there's like some organizational stuff. So like with frisbee, it's like they'll have the page and they'll post like information about like trainings and stuff like that, which is useful. But then I can check it, like, okay, I know there's a thing happening this weekend. I'll check to see if there's an update about it. Cool, there is. Great. But yeah, like I just try and, I mean, I don't really post on social media anyway, because
same.
Just like maybe it's a generational thing, but like when I do something, my first thought isn't to better document it and send it to my friends. Like I'm just like, cool, I just did a thing. I'm happy I did the thing. I'm not interested in it. Doesn't matter. Like I don't care if I take a photo of it.
Yeah, see, I've relearned that. So I went through a time probably. Yeah, a couple of years ago, where I felt like I had to document everything, and then I recognised, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? So it's like, it should only be if I've achieved something, or like this when I've got a new episode coming out. And obviously, I promote that.
Yeah, you want to promote it, like, and that's cool. But it's also like very deliberate and intentional, rather than just like spam. Like
and just aimlessly scrolling. Like I'm just like, nope.
Oh man, the Discover on Instagram is so addictive, and it's hot. it's a nightmare. Like
it is.
that was one of the things that got me. I was like, I can't afford to be spending time on this.
It's
as
such
much
a
as I am,
waste.
so
Yeah.
just like get rid of it.
But what I have done, because partly, so there's a guy called Jocko Willing. So he's a like ex Navy SEAL or whatever, and he always posts his stupidly early workouts.
Okay.
So it's just a picture of his watch, and it's always like 4:15 or 4:30 or whatever.
Man.
And I've read a whole bunch of these different like books,
Yeah.
and so I'm like, okay, I should do something similar, just to see what happens. And partly because I hope that it will, like, I don't know, inspire people maybe.
Yeah.
So I get up at whatever time, and I'll take a picture of whatever I'm doing and put the time on it as well.
I've
and
seen a
just,
few of those. Yeah.
yeah, just put it on my story. And what is so interesting is, like, I look at it 10 minutes later, and it's so fascinating to see the amount of people who are up at that time, and the first thing they do is go on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm like,
First thing you do, look at your phone. I'm guilty of it as well.
yeah,
sure.
I'm like, it's 6 a.m. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
why are you looking at Instagram?
Go back to sleep, or just get up. And
Yeah, or
eat
do
your
something
breakfast.
else. I'm
Yeah,
like, what are you doing?
yeah, it's a difficult habit for people to kick.
Yeah.
Because as I say, you get that like endorphins kick, and it becomes addictive. It's addictive in the same way that like cigarettes is, or sugar or something like that. So, yeah,
it's fascinating.
It's pretty fascinating. A bit scary, but fascinating.
Well, this is the thing I've noticed from lockdown as well, is people have had two responses. Either like you, where they've gone, oh, they recognise spending way too much time on it, or they're just oblivious to how much time they're spending it and just come up with reasons. They're like, oh, I like it or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, but you can see how often they're on it, and you can see all the stuff they're doing. You're like, this is crazy. Like, this becomes a prime example because of the stories.
Yeah.
Because obviously it will tell you when it's posted, and there's like,
and you can see who's looked at it.
Yeah, and there's like 3 or so people who are always at the front of my stories feed because they're always doing it. I'm like,
yeah.
But it's not like, because I try and do it when I've done a workout, or if I was like the other day I had I re-downloaded Crash Bandicoot, which I haven't played in like 15 years.
Yeah.
So that, I think it's because it's funny or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
But some of it's like really banal stuff. I'm like, you made a cup of tea. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, no one cares about your breakfast.
It's a cup of tea. It's like, or my cousin did one, which was good, which was like, it was a picture of, I've redone the garden. It looked awesome. I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like,
because it's cool.
A big project.
I've done something. I'm like, yeah, great.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's cool. Like, I think, yeah, it sounds like I'm just shitting on social media, but like,
oh, go ahead, it's a piece of shit.
but like, I think it can definitely have some positives, and I think the difference is it's set up that you just use it constantly and you consume it constantly. Yeah, I think it would be better. A lot of people don't recognize that they don't. Hang on, what am I trying to say? Like, people don't use it intentionally, or like they just consume it, and it completely consumes them, rather than it just being like a good way to communicate with people, which I try and use it for. Like, hey, I just want to message my friend, like, so I'm going to do that, rather than like, as you say, post a photo of your cup of tea or your coffee. Like, no one gives a crap.
Yeah, no one gives a shit. Yeah, it's like, well done. You've done something that everyone does. Well done.
Yeah, like, and it could be. I think there's certain things it's good for. So like spreading a message about something. So for example, like some charity event that's happening, or something like that is cool. Yeah. And also, the weird thing is, like, the algorithms, like, it knows what you like. So the thing you're saying, like, the same 3 people always come up. Like, it also recognizes that, like, they're the 3 people or 4 or 5 people that, like, you interact with most and stuff like that. So it's like, he likes this person or this content. This person likes football, say. We're gonna like smash football at it.
Yep.
It's a bit scary how it knows. And yeah, it's I don't know. I'm happy to try and step away from that a bit.
Yeah, I think it's just, people just need to have a more conscious effort of trying to use it for the tool that it was meant to be, as opposed to the addiction no one saw it was going to be. Yeah,
I think. Yeah, it's difficult to. I'm sure people had good intentions, like, it's a good tool to like keep in contact with people.
Yeah, for sure.
And then TikTok happened.
Unfortunately, I've never. That's one of the. It's TikTok and Twitter. I've never.
I haven't got TikTok. Not interested.
Not doing it.
Don't care about some viral dance. Twitter I used to have. I think I just made it because I can't remember. It's just like, I have Facebook, I have Instagram, I make Twitter. But I stopped using that a long time ago, like years and years ago. And so my Twitter still exists, but I haven't checked it in years.
Yeah.
So I like didn't follow many people, so nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because like I've followed like maybe some celebrities rather than like people I see in my day-to-day life, I'm not missing out on anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't know, someone on I'm trying to think. Stephen Fry. If I followed him on Twitter, he's not going to be direct messaging me. I'm not missing that by not looking at Twitter.
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm not looking at social media, sometimes you might miss a message from a friend of yours.
Mm-hmm.
But like usually, if it's someone's birthday, I'll just like private message them, say happy birthday. I'm not interested in putting a story of like happy birthday to this person. Like I'll just tell them happy birthday.
Yeah, I've changed to do that as well. Yeah.
Also, I'm very bad. I'm not great at like taking photos of like social events and stuff. So I looked through and I was like, I actually don't have many photos of like this person or like this, whatever. So yeah, but that's me.
Hey, I think we're saying pretty much the same thing there, mate.
It sounds like yeah.
No, but I think it's right. I think there's some people as well who just I don't know, they just kind of use it just to. When it gets to a point where you're just arguing or just like espousing your point of view, it's just like you're just kind of shouting into a vacuum.
It can become a proper echo chamber.
Yeah,
if you're
for sure.
following like certain people or certain viewpoints and ideologies, they're the only things that are then going to come up on yours, and so you'll never like see the other side of the argument, the other side of the coin. And I think recently like politics has played into that massively. You see loads of like arguments on Facebook and Twitter about like Donald Trump's the big one that comes to mind, so divisive that people like, this person on Facebook said this, so they must be right.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you meet somebody who has contrasting opinions, you're like, what? I don't know anybody who supports the other side and doesn't believe what I believe. It's like, because you're not challenging yourself to like listen to other people. All the media you can consume is one-sided because that's how social medias are set up to operate. It shows you things you like rather than things that challenge you.
But the same thing with the pandemic as well. You got crackpots on both sides of it. You're just like, oh fucking hell.
Yeah.
And everyone's adamant they're right. You're like, things are rarely so black and white. So there's nuance to everything. You can't just have these ridiculous opinions or stuff. It's ridiculous. You want to be able to have an opinion, but equally to be able to talk to people about it and hear a contrary idea to it.
And you can't really put an opinion on social media without, especially some like big social medias like Twitter or Reddit or something like that. Without somebody like tearing you a new one.
Oh, absolutely, they'll come after you. Yeah, and it's just it's so pointless because it's such a shit way to communicate
with
people.
So many people like stop using logic online. I don't care about logic. I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna have a go at you.
You personally.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like whatever your profile picture looks like. It's like, oh man, no, you didn't listen to any of the words I said, did you?
Well, it's the ad hominem attack. As soon as you attack a person, it's because you can't attack the argument. Yep. Because you can't.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm not interested in arguing with who's the bigger fool, the fool or the fool who argues with the fool. Like,
that's a good point.
Like, I'm not going to stoop down to their level.
Some people do, but this is the thing about you've got the pandemic. People are at home more. They've got more free time. So they've got all this frustration, and maybe they've lost their job. They've got this anxiety or whatever. So it's going to manifest. If you can't go outside, you can't go to the gym, you can't work it out, you can't socialise. You can have all of these contributing factors to making you feel unhappy. But you know what? I've got free reign to Twitter. Let me just shout at people, and I'll feel better about that. Yeah. And I'll be checking it every hour to see what they said. Yeah. And you're just like, you fucking moron.
Yeah, each their own, I guess. But that's not for me.
No, fuck no. You actually like having a healthy life,
Yeah, I like. Yeah, I'm not interested in arguing with people online.
No, fuck that shit.
If I'm going to argue with someone, I'll argue to their face.
Yeah. So you and I can argue with each other right now.
We could.
You can. Yeah.
Good. You piece of. Oh, brilliant.
Oh man. Let me just see what we've got going on here.
How long have we been talking for? I've completely lost track of time.
About an hour and a half.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's 4:45.
I didn't know I had that many interesting things to talk about.
You got many interesting things, man. You're an interesting man. Hang on, see what's going on here. Oh dear.
Sleepy Sunday.
Yeah. Have you got to go at a particular time?
No.
No? Cool.
No, I don't have any time restraints particularly.
Cool. But speaking of arguments, let's go with food.
Okay.
Nah, I'm not gonna argue with you.
Oh.
What are you? I don't care. I'm not gonna argue with you. How have you? Because last time I saw you, when was the last time I actually saw you?
Oh, dude, it's been a long time.
Because I think you were changing how you were eating. I think, and you were saying because you wanted to do it just to see if it would make you feel better. It's been a couple of years ago now.
Yeah.
You were doing something like you would go like a strict diet or something.
I've been vegan since 2017.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've managed to stick with it pretty well. Like occasionally on holiday, I cheat and have like, just something vegetarian.
Mm-hmm. Does that count as cheating? Going having a veggie something.
Depends how serious you take it, like as a person.
Yeah.
So like, because I've noticed. So like, for example, last year during the summer, like lockdowns weren't had loosened a little bit. I went camping with some friends, and on the campsite they were making like homemade pizzas. I was like, cool. Like first night, we were pretty tired from driving, had a few drinks, not going to drive to shops and buy something.
Yeah.
We'll grab a pizza.
Yeah.
So I just had like a margarita one, but they didn't have any like vegetarian stuff. So like, well, I'm on holiday, I'm hungry, I'm not going to starve myself. So, I just had a cheese pizza.
Decent.
But I noticed like, for me, I try to avoid it now because I haven't had like dairy products in so long. I noticed like my stomach like doesn't feel great after I eat it. So like personally for me, that's cheating.
Yeah.
Other people might be like more flexible, and it's all power to them. It's fine. I'm not going to be one of those vegans that shoves it down your face, despite the fact that we're talking about it now.
Well, I was going to ask you a question.
You brought it up, so
that's fine, man. I'll ask you a question.
I quite like talk. I don't mind talking about it. Like I like having good conversation, but I'm not gonna. It goes back to the social media arguing with random people. I'm not gonna have a screaming match with someone about it.
Well, and like you said about the politics side of it, they think that if someone believes this one thing, therefore they believe all of this other stuff that's associated with it, and you're like,
not quite.
No, everyone's fucking different people.
It's interesting. Like for example, you can definitely still be healthy and still eat meat. Like I'm not going to try to dispute that.
Both ways you can, yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
And you can still be unhealthy and be vegan. Like you could just live off of
Crisps.
bread, pasta, and Oreos.
Yeah.
And
that does sound good though, doesn't it?
Don't get me wrong, it sounds delicious, but you'll feel bad like after a week.
Well, mate, I'm the exact same with dairy. Like it's a really mild intolerance, but my stomach is just ruins it. Like I haven't drunk milk in years, like 5 or 6 years, because it just ruins me. I think because I haven't had it for so long, like when I do, if I ever do occasionally, like I notice it. So I probably do have some sort of intolerance to it. I don't know. A part of me kind of wants to see how my body would react if I ate a piece of meat. Oh, okay, fine. I thought you were gonna say have like a whole pint of milk. I was like, oh. Or I mean, even if you drink milk regularly, if you down a pint of milk, you're probably gonna throw up anyway. Oh, right? Okay, you know what I mean. Don't down it, but you know, fucking hell, you have to go so extreme, don't you? All or nothing, baby. Yeah, meat. That'd be interesting. Like just see how my body reacts to it. Like it's kind of interesting. Yeah. But at the same time, I also kind of don't want to. Yeah, fine. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. Yeah, because I know there's some people who go. I also wonder if I just ate an entire steak, I'd probably just throw up pretty quickly. To be honest. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, because the stupid thing that companies and the media tries to push is that like, it's one size fits all for everything. It's like they don't take into consideration bio-individualism. Yeah. So like. Everyone's physiology is completely different, so they respond really well to this way of eating. Excuse me. Oh, it's all catching up with me now. Yeah. And really badly to that way of eating, because they're just like, if you eat your meat, you're a bad person. It was like, well, no, there's some people who eat just meat and rice, and they live really, really well. Yeah. Because it's just different for everyone. Yeah, I think the big thing is like, people try and overcomplicate the more I've thought about food and like diet. It seems like people are overcomplicating it with like you need all these like protein shakes and all these supplements and stuff like that. And sometimes they're useful if you know you're not getting enough of it. But like, do you remember back in school, primary school, you get taught like the food triangle, the pyramid. It's horse shit, but yes, carry on. Yeah, but like oversimplified and not correct. Yeah, it's been changed. But if you follow some simple things like
don't eat too much sugar, don't eat too many fatty foods.
Mhm.
Like, so like for example, for me, I'm like sometimes I allow myself some snacks, but recently like, oh, what's the best way to try and eat healthy? Just don't buy the unhealthy stuff. And when I say unhealthy, like it could be debatable, but it's pretty safe. Like chocolate and crisps are pretty unhealthy, pretty indisputable. So like, I'm just not gonna buy those. And if I don't have them in the house, I can't eat it. If I can't eat it, I'm gonna maintain some sort of health. And if I feel like I need a snack, and I'm like really hungry, and it's not just me being bored, I'm like, okay, we'll have an apple or an orange, or I'll have something at least slightly healthier. So that's my sort of personal take. I think balance is really important with food.
I go through phases of I'm quite routine in the fact that I eat really well, and then I have binge days.
Okay.
So like today's a binge day, as you can see by my desk. I
hadn't seen that.
So that's just, that's just how my one goes, and then for the most part I'm pretty good. But yeah, especially for the last, just 'cause it's been lockdown, it's like it's harder to maintain it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas like, cause I'm going back to work tomorrow, so hopefully I'll have that more routine coming back, which will be good, because then I can have more strict about how I'm eating and when I'm eating.
Yeah, like you can't, not just at home, so you can't just eat all the time. Like, oh, it's my lunch break, now's dinner. Now's lunch. Sorry. Yeah. Like, okay, afternoon I'm working, I'm not gonna be eating right now. So,
exactly. Yeah,
for sure. I think I think like that's a good thing as well. I find it easier now that I'm like buying food for myself rather than like my parents buying food. Like, so obviously because they're buying for a whole family, they'll get like a range of things, including like snacks and biscuits and stuff. So I'm like, oh, they're just there in the house, so I'm gonna have one. Whereas if I'm buying for myself, I'm like, you know what? No, I don't need that pack of biscuits, so I'm not gonna buy it. And I know that I'm not like, nobody else is gonna want that. So it's only myself, which I personally found that easier. But yeah, I think a balance, just like trying to get a balance of like foods is important. So like, you can't just eat, like, fruit's pretty healthy, but you can't just eat fruit because you need other things.
Yeah, and the problem with fruit as well is, while it's great because it's naturally made and there's nothing synthetic about it, it's still a lot of sugar. So it's
moderation.
Yeah, and also the human body, for the most part, thrives the best on variation.
Yeah.
So if you just mix up as much as you can, and you're probably going to get the best result from yourself.
Yeah, there's definitely some like absolutely, like variation is something that humans evolutionarily have like massively thrived on, not just like food wise, but like in terms of the gene pool. So like,
absolutely.
That's why, like, having like so like for example, there are some plants where they like almost clone themselves, and that's why like one virus, if it kills one, it will just kill the whole like field of it, because none of them have the variation to like deal with whatever illness
to be
or virus.
resistant to it.
Whereas if there's like a really wide gene pool, like the human race is pretty wide, like some people might not, like eventually someone will have like a resistance to it, and that's why you can then use that and find an antidote to whatever it is. That's like pretty broad and unspecific example, but
but
like,
you're absolutely right.
It works
with
so rather than like, that's why I think so like native like tribes in say like the Amazon, when someone from like somebody's come from outside, if they've given them the common cold, they haven't got that. There's like a small tribe of them, so like they haven't got that diverse gene pool which the rest of the world has, and so like the common cold will like sweep through and kill all of them, which is really horrible. But that's it sort of plays into food as well.
Well, yes, it's the same thing with the settlers in North America when they first turned up, because they just brought all of the European illnesses and just decimated everyone they came into contact with, which makes sense because it's completely alien pathogens.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same with apparently in Australia there's like a bunch of animals which aren't native. And, like, and like we brought them over. So I think there's like a type of toad. And
the frogs and cats.
They have no natural predators over there. And so if you see one, you're allowed to kill them. Doesn't matter.
Do you know what an axis deer is?
No.
They are from India. But someone imported a bunch of them to I think it's Lanai in Hawaii.
Oh.
And these things are created to run away from tigers. There's no tigers in Hawaii, so no one can catch these things. There's no predator to catch these things, and there's tens of thousands of these fucking things.
That's amazing. It's amazing they still. I can imagine that eventually they'll, because they don't have any predators to run away from, they'll get they'll lose that ability. They'll lose that ability to get fast. So maybe in a few 100 years, they'll become a lot slower and more docile.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Well,
I'm not a scientist. So.
Yeah, I am. But it's them and there's a certain type of pigs as well in Hawaii.
Yeah.
But pigs breed like crazy.
True.
Again, there's no natural predator, so they have to hire these guys to fly in on helicopters and gun them down.
Oh my god!
And you're like, oh my god, because they just wreck the local fauna.
Yeah.
Flora. Sorry. They just eat
everything.
They
right?
eat all the plant life, and they're like,
Oh my god, that's bad.
we can't do this. They have to pay people to come in and fucking kill them.
Like,
You're like, oh my god. There's like fields of pigs that they just have to gun down from helicopters. And you're like, this is crazy. Fucking Vietnam on pigs. That's crazy.
Oh my god, I can just imagine Rambo or
taking out a pig.
Oh, that's so stupid. But I love it.
On the plus side, apparently, it feeds everyone. So you're like, all right, fair enough.
Yeah. Man, why has this bacon got shrapnel in it?
Yeah. On the plus side, at least it's not like taking them out with shotguns, because you'd never be able to eat that.
No,
it'd just be buckshot all the way throughout it.
Game over.
Yeah, you're like, nah, I can't eat this.
No. Yeah, perhaps not so good.
Yeah, I don't think I want to eat a machine gun pig personally, but
no, it doesn't tickle my fancy.
No,
I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I'll stick with the regular kind. If I ever decide to go back to that.
Yeah. That's a good thing about it.
Yeah, crazy world, man.
Yeah, in many respects.
I'm trying to think if there's anything close to that here in the UK. I guess if you go hunting for game, like pheasants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you shoot them.
Yeah, I've changed my opinion on hunting, because I remember just for ages just being like, oh, just hunting in any form is horrible. But then if you actually hear about some places in the world where they need to do it, because otherwise it threatens the people that live there.
Yeah.
But obviously fox hunting is just abhorrent, because
that one it's just unnecessary.
Well, yeah, I mean they don't. It's not like they eat the fox. It's like you do it just because you're an arsehole.
It's not for survival.
Exactly. Yeah.
I can understand hunting for survival.
Yeah. And to get rid of dangerous animals.
Yeah, get rid of dangerous animals. Protect, your village or whatever. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I think, fox hunting seems pretty bad.
Nah, that's horrible. But it's just you're just doing it for a laugh. You're like, well,
you could have a laugh and not kill an animal.
Yeah, it's clay pigeon shooting.
Yeah.
Like paintballing, come on.
If they wanted to just do horse riding, they could just do horse riding.
Yeah, go play polo like a dickhead,
At least, yeah, I agree.
That is polo, that's on a horse, right? When you go with a hammer.
You have the big, like the massive croquet one.
Yeah.
You go on a horse.
Yeah, because polo's on the horse, croquet is standing.
Croquet standing, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I got confused.
Yeah, I think polos, there's goals, so it's almost like hockey. But with horses. Croquet is more like standing. You're just very slow, like golf. That's good fun. I quite like it.
I've never done it.
My grandparents had a croquet set, and so we used to play in their back garden sometimes.
Decent.
And then my cousin at her wedding had that set brought over in the garden where she got married.
That's pretty cool.
And so quite a few people were just playing it, and it was a nice summer day, so it was perfect.
Decent. I like that.
For a while, my profile picture was me in a suit, and I had the croquet on my shoulder. That was good fun.
You're like, pretentious. This is fun.
I didn't know someone was taking a photo of me, but I was like,
nice.
It was genuinely candid.
Nice.
But I was like, well, now it's been taken, I'm gonna use it.
Yeah. It's rare to get an actually really good looking candid shot.
Yeah. It's gotta be done.
I like it. Say that.
That's very old. It doesn't look like me now. No beard.
Yeah, I know. I'm slowly following your footsteps. Getting there.
It's looking good, my friend.
It's not bad. It's just the direction. It doesn't behave itself. I've got a beard comb. I just try and keep it going down. Otherwise, it's like this.
Oh, that happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to use. I've got some creams and stuff, so I had to use that today.
Yeah.
In lockdown, there was at one point last summer. I was like, I'm going to see how long the beard can get. I was I've been watching Vikings, the TV show, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to grow my beard out. It's going to be cool. I'm going to look Viking. And then I was like, when my beard got quite long, I was like, okay, I need to trim it now. But I was like, look how cool this beard. And my friend was like, You don't look Viking. You look more Amish. And I'm like, I was like,
You're
this
like-
is time. I'm gonna trim it.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a mate of mine who got like down to here. I'm
Yeah.
like, that was quite impressive.
It's commitment, and I don't have the courage.
It's just. I got to. It was nice to a point to stroke it, and then I got to a point I was like, I can't. It was just too long. I was like, this is just uncomfortable.
I don't mind it a bit longer here. So like, actually, at this point, it probably needs a bit of a trim. But it's here. Like the mustache, it's when it starts curling over and it's like going over your lip.
Yeah.
So I sometimes like make sure the mustache is trimmed, but like leave this a bit longer.
Yeah.
Depends how I feel. I mean, lockdown when I'm not seeing anybody, it's like I'll just leave it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. What was I doing? I trim it and comb it that way.
Yeah.
So it goes like that.
It goes out.
So the hair goes out.
Yeah.
And seems to be working. So
Yeah, no, that's good, man.
yeah, it does alright.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to getting a haircut.
Oh mate, yeah, tell me about it.
Mine's getting pretty long. A few weeks ago, I was really tempted to like, I could just get someone to like
Lop it all off.
do a buzz cut or something like that, and I was like, I only have to wait a couple more weeks, and I can pay someone to do it properly.
Well, I booked one in, and they're so busy. The earliest is the middle of May.
Oh my gosh!
So I'm like,
Is that like a proper salon or like?
yeah, there's a barber's down the road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to just walk in at some point, like in the next couple of weeks.
Depends where you go.
Depends where I go.
Yeah. I mean, if I get desperate, I might have to go try and find something somewhere else. But I always go there. So.
But weirdly, the other day, my housemates were like, "Oh no, I like your hair this length," and now I'm suddenly like, "Oh no, I don't want to cut it." I
Yeah.
can't tell if they're messing with me or not.
Well, I was tempted to, by like January, I was tempted just to like leave it, but by then it was like really long and fluffy, and I was like, I can't. I've got to get rid of this.
Yeah, I think it'll need to go sooner or later.
Yeah.
Because my hair's quite like curly, and it goes kind of out rather than just like nice and down.
Mm-hmm.
So it will just start looking like a bit of a wafro. Probably not quite the same length as when Luca had his. Afro.
That was
majestic.
That was a that man's a national treasure.
Yeah, oh, man, what a time. It probably will never get to that stage, but I don't know. I don't think it'll look great.
Yeah.
But also, I've noticed more and more that like I've got the receding hairline going on.
We're all getting there, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mine's. So I really, what I should have done is shaved it all off like during the first lockdown. Not that we knew it was going to be super long.
Yeah.
Just to see what my head shape looks like, and see how good I look bald, and then I know because I am good. Eventually, when it gets past the point of no return,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like a comb-over, like try and
Oh,
salvage it.
God.
I'm just going to be like, you know what, get rid of the hair.
Yeah.
Just rock a beard.
Hell yeah.
And if it's cold, I wear a hat.
Yeah. What's the point for you? Like past the year line?
Just when like, oh man, it's when this is like starting to look like a bit of an island.
Yeah. Good move.
So
yeah.
like if it's starting to get really far.
Yeah.
And then
You're not gonna go for the monk, are you?
Not gonna go for the horseshoe. No,
Yeah.
I don't want that.
No, that's not a good look.
And I think if it starts like thinning at the top as well,
Mhm.
like you can sort of see like a bald spot.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see at the top there, so I have no idea. Go on.
Nah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I think once that, then we can just be like, nah, get rid of it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you on that. I did mine. I got my sister to do a 2 all over my head a year ago.
Okay.
Okay, so I could be bald, you know.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
Yeah. I think it can suit like a decent amount of people. I think sometimes it just looks better because it looks. Yeah, just shave it off. It looks neater and better.
Yeah,
than,
for sure.
Than like wispy bits of hair which you're trying to constantly
Yeah, that
control.
is just embarrassing.
I think no, I'm not into that. I can't be bothered.
Yeah, you just need to get rid of it and just be like, oh, it's done.
Yeah, and then you never have to think about like, oh, like if it's a windy day, you never have to think, oh crap, is it looking okay? You just be like, no, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm starting to get silver hairs, long hair.
Oh wow, I can't. Really?
It might be the other side actually. But anyway,
looking good from him.
Yeah.
My dude.
My dude. I quite like it, actually. I'm just like, yeah, distinguished.
Silver
Say
fox.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, got a rocket, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone gets old. You can either accept it or not. And
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not really a fan of fighting it in a bad way. I think it'd be a bit weird.
you just gotta embrace it. And that's gonna be my thing.
Excuse me.
I'm not gonna like. I'm not gonna be one of those people who gets like hair plants for transplant or anything like that. That's
I agree.
1, money. Don't want to spend.
Nope.
And 2,
It doesn't look good.
I'll just be bald. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't really care about my hair anyway. I don't style it, so.
I mean, I do because it's here, but
Yeah.
if I get rid of it, I know I can live with it, so
Yeah.
be fine.
There you go.
Mr. Black, I think that's a good point to wrap it up there, my friend.
Yep, us getting old. It's
Yeah,
probably a good
us
time.
getting old. So thank you for listening to this episode of Us Getting Old. Yeah, that's been good.
It's been great fun. Thanks for having me on.
My pleasure. Thank you very much, my friend.
Cheers, buddy.